All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're looking into a case that's honestly pretty shocking.
It's definitely got that wow factor.
Yeah, it's one of those things you hear about and think, wow, is this really happening?
I know exactly what you mean.
So we're talking about Equatorial Guinea.
Right on the west coast of Africa.
Yep. And more specifically, a scandal that's rocking the nation
Definitely rocking it.
and involves some seriously questionable behavior from someone in a powerful position.
Someone in a position of power you would think would know better.
Exactly. So let me introduce our main player, Baltazar Ngonga.
Nganga.
He was the Director General of their National Financial Investigation Agency.
So basically, they're a top financial watchdog.
Right. Responsible for investigating financial crimes.
And maintaining the integrity of the system.
But it seems like he may have been involved in some activities that were anything but.
Understatement of the year.
So what did this financial watchdog get caught doing that has everyone so riled up?
Well, let's just say his home and office turned out to be full of surprises.
Surprises.
Hundreds and hundreds of CDs.
CDs. What on earth?
And these weren't your average music collection.
What were they then?
These CDs were filled with explicit videos.
You're kidding.
Oh, no. I'm dead serious. Videos of Ngonga himself engaged in sexual acts with over 400 women.
400 women.
That's what's being reported.
That's unbelievable.
Apple Town.
That number alone is staggering.
It's mind-boggling, right? But it's not just the quantity, it's the identities of the women involved that's turned this into a national crisis.
Oh, I bet. So who are we talking about here?
We're talking about wives of high-ranking government officials, relatives of senior figures, even reportedly the president's own sister.
Whoa. Okay, this is getting serious.
Serious is an understatement. The Attorney General is in a really tricky position here.
How so?
Well, consensual relations aren't legal,
Right.
but there are huge concerns about potential coercion and abuse of power.
I can imagine, given Nganda's position and influence.
Exactly. He held so much power, it raises questions about whether these women could truly consent.
And the fact that some of these encounters were filmed in his office with the national flag in the background.
That's just adding fuel to the fire. The symbolism is not lost on anyone.
I can only imagine the outrage people must feel.
It's palpable betrayal, anger, disgust. It's all over the news and social media.
So how has the government responded to this bombshell?
Well, they've been pretty swift in their actions.
Good.
They've suspended all officials involved, and the vice president has come out with a strong zero tolerance message.
Zero tolerance.
Yep. He's emphasizing the importance of ethical conduct and respect for women.
It sounds like they're doing damage control.
Definitely. They know this scandal could have serious repercussions.
Beyond the obvious embarrassment.
Oh, absolutely. This
Yeah.
goes way deeper. This could potentially destabilize the entire government.
How so?
It undermines public trust, creates an opening for opposition groups to challenge those in power.
And internationally.
Equatorial Guinea's already battling a reputation for corruption. This doesn't
Yeah.
help their image on the world stage.
It's like a domino effect.
Exactly. It's not just about one man's actions. It's about the entire system and the culture that allowed this to happen.
What about the women involved?
That's another layer of this whole mess. The shame, the stigma they and their families are facing is immense.
And will there be any accountability for those who may have exploited their positions?
That's the million-dollar question. Will justice be served, or will this be swept under the rug?
It's a question that goes beyond Equatorial Guinea. This is about power dynamics and gender roles in every society.
You're absolutely right.
And then there's the whole digital aspect. The fact that everything was recorded.
Ah, yes, the digital age, nothing disappears.
Ngonga's story is a stark reminder that personal choices can have huge public consequences.
Especially when you're in a position of power. And with technology constantly evolving, who knows what the future holds?
It's a cautionary tale for all of us in this interconnected world.
We all leave a digital footprint, whether we realize it or not.
And the lines between our private and public lives are becoming increasingly blurred.
We need to be mindful of that and consider the potential impact of our actions.
So much to think about.
So much.
This deep dive has certainly given us all a lot to unpack.
It's definitely a case that will stick with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining me on this one.
My pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time for another deep dive. Until then, stay curious and stay informed.